Hey folks, it's Vlogs and welcome to the Cremation Chieftain unique only and self-imposed hardcore build. I'll try to go through this as quick as I can, not to waste your time. We are using a Sire of Shards, which is a farmable item. I'll show you a quick video of how. We're using Cremation, Inspiration, Elemental Focus, and Fire Pen. You should be able to 4-link this pretty easily. And I would say that the 4-link deals enough damage for quite a while. I've been using it for a long time. So the way this build plays is Desecrate, spawn up to 3 of these, usually 1 per pack is enough. Any boss that stands in here takes a couple of 100,000 damage a second. You can also use the Curse on Hit setup with Wave of Conviction and Combustion to reduce their fire resistance by a lot. So that is our 4-link right here. The 5th link would be a Controlled Destruction, and the 6th would be a Hypothermia, which means I would need to run Skitterbots to be able to shield them, so I get the more damage from the Hypothermia. Alright, let's go through the gear quickly. The staff is your endgame staff that you can farm. This ring only gives Chaos Res, this ring only gives life, this amulet gives Fire Res and life, the armor gives Fire Res. You can see that my fire resistance is so overcapped, I could skip out on using this helmet too, along with the boots, both of the rings, the chest piece, and the amulet. And I would still be capped for resistances. So it's only the staff, the gloves, and the belt that does it for me. So it's pretty easy to gear. Even if you don't get these exact pieces, the tree gives a bunch of resistance. Let me show you the leveling tree that I used for this character, where you want to start out with melee damage if this is your first character to punch things to death, but as soon as you got your first unique with sockets, you switch over to a life path instead. You go up and you get all the damage nodes, some AoE, some cast speed. You go up and you get the elemental overload. If you want to use something like ground slam still or blade vortex, you can use Avatar of Fire together with the first Chieftain Ascendancy that converts the rest of the fist damage to fire. So using a physical spell or attack gets fully converted. I did this. You just have to respec it later. Do something like this, which is, it's in the POB too, so check out the POB if you want to know what to do afterwards. I decided to level with Purifying Flame, so this is a level 25 character in a 26 zone, using Blood Rage for frenzy charges and also using War Banner to pop the adrenaline on this boss. You'll see that's why it dies so fast. But yeah, this is just Purifying Flame. The way I got Purifying Flame was to mule with a Witch, just level 1. It worked fine. The goal with this character is to get to Act 8 and start farming these cards. You see the Lunaris Priestess that just dropped for me. It's a card set of 5, and it took me about 2-3 hours to farm it once you reached Act 8, Lunaris Temple 1 or Lunaris Temple 2. They're pretty nice zones just to run back and forth. So I end up with a full set here. It's the clip of me turning the cards in, and I think I was level 67 or something. So, I'll explain what the staff does for the build and why it's important to farm it. It gives you 4 additional projectiles to socketed gems. It's basically a free GMP link, but not the less damage mod, which makes this a stronger GMP link. Also gives you up to 100% increased projectile damage and some other nice stats. The additional projectiles effectively double the amount of projectiles that come out, so it's just doubling your damage. It's a very, very strong staff for the build, and it's easy to get. I recommend using this staff throughout the entire game. And for late game stuff, if you want to try to gear more late game, getting the soft helmet, the upgraded, the Formless Inferno is what it's called. Taking this off would allow me to get more armor based on my overcapped fire res, which is very strong with Chieftain because you get some fire res from Ascendancy. So that would leave me at a very high amount of armor. I am also trying to switch this out and put this 4-link in my gloves instead, and have this Comb's Heart completed. So I'm farming the cards right now. I'll show you how to do that in a second. And that would leave me at somewhere around 7,500 life, I think, and a bunch more damage and a bunch more armor. So that's the end game strat for this kind of character. Since we are so overcapped on resistances, you can use something like a Broken Crown until then, even to have your Chaos Res you don't need to worry about chaos at all if you're wearing an item like this. Okay, so the Atlas strategy is run all T1s. Try to get to Volcano and complete it as soon as you can. Then run all of the T2s for Atlas bonus. You'll probably find some Volcanoes doing all those T2s. And then you just sustain Volcanoes by running Volcanoes over and over. Maybe some Alva Temples, maybe some Delving, whatever you want. I just know that it's worked very well. I keep getting Volcanoes. And I'm on 4 cards right now. Okay, so I'll show you a quick map. Let's grab a fast one. I don't know what I want to do. Let's put in a Ashen Wood T2. And I'll show you how the character plays. And then we are pretty much done with the build guide. I just want to show you what the damage can look like. I'll try to rush through the map, but I'll be doing the Metamorph parts, because I want to show you a Metamorph as well. I'm not really sure where the boss is in this map, so... I was planning to take one that I could just rush to the end, but it ended up... Let's see. Is this it? Here we go. So here's the boss. I spawn these, and I wave a Conviction. That's pretty good damage on a 4-link, I reckon. So you have, like, you can double your damage if you end up getting a 6-link somehow. I'll do this Metamorph too. I do the Desecrate, I make sure to get my 5 charges up. I pop my Granite, Vol Molten Shell, and then I just wave a Conviction, and I wait. You can obviously run around here too. Oops. There we go. You can see I've got quite a lot of stuff left on the Vol Molten Shell. It's really a safe build as long as you can kill him within the time of the Vol Molten Shell. Right. That is it for this build. I'll leave a POB in the description, and thanks for stopping by. Also, thanks to Jim for this fun league. Been a blast. Good one, guys.